Hi, I have a story to read. I do not think we have read this with any of you yet. We've kind of flipped through it a little bit because it's a really long story, and it's a really good story too. It's come to be one of my favorites. Now, this is a story that's called My Name is Celia. And Celia, this is a story about when she was little and then grew up and she moved out of her country. She moved to a new country, our country. And we've been talking a little bit about where we live. And some of you guys know what town you live in. You might live in Bemidji or Pine River or Cass Lake or Pequot Lakes or Tellier or Pillager or Black Duck. There are a whole bunch of different places. And if I didn't say your town, I am sorry. There's a lot of different towns around here, right? We also live in the state of Minnesota. And some of you also know that when we talk about it. We talk about living in Minnesota. Minnesota is part of the United States of America. And that's the name of our country, the United States of America. Now, Celia lived in a different country, and she had to move because of some stuff that happened. She lived in Cuba, which is a different country, and they have different stuff that they do there. So we're going to read this story, and it is about the life of Celia Cruz, is what her name is. And in it, it talks about some different instruments that they play, and I have some that we're going to kind of play a little bit here. And we've listened to her music several times in class, and we've gotten up and danced, and I really like this kind of music. So this is the life of Celia Cruz, and this is written by Monica Brown, and it's illustrated by Rafael Lopez. And do you guys remember, what does the author do? The author's the one who writes the words, right? And the illustrator's the one who draws the pictures. And this one has a lot of really fun pictures. So, my name is Celia. There's a lot going on in the picture. Sugar. My voice is strong, smooth, and sweet. I will make you feel like dancing. Close your eyes and listen. My voice feels like feet skipping on cool, wet sand, like running under a waterfall, like rolling down a hill. My voice climbs and rocks and dips and flips with the sounds of the congas beating and the trumpets blaring. Boom, 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 beat the congas. Right? That's not actually a conga, but it's a drum. Clap, clap, clap goes the hands. Shake, shake, shake. She's got a tambourine. Shake, shake, shake go the hips. I am the Queen of Salsa, and I invite you to come and dance with me. If you want to get up and dance as we're reading, she's got lots of different music and instruments that she talks about. Do you remember what you said this was called? It's a tambourine, right? And I played the drums and clapping. If you can see, this book actually comes in 2 different languages. I'm reading the English part, but it also comes in Spanish for those kids who like to read Spanish or who know how to read Spanish. Look at her. Open your eyes. My costumes are as colorful as my music, with ruffles, beads, sparkles, and feathers. They shimmer and shake as I move with graceful arms and legs to the beat of the tropics and the rhythm of my heart. In my mind, I carry the place that I am from and the places that I've been. When I sing, memories of my childhood come back to me, spilling into my songs. So you see, we've got some notes who are going here. We've talked about notes a little bit, and she's singing. So this is her when she was little. You see, she has lots of family. You see the family in the background there? I was born in Cuba, an island in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. My Cuba was the city of Havana. Our family had a warm kitchen filled with the voices of women and men, grandparents, brothers, sisters, cousins, and friends. We ate rice, beans, and bananas and filled our bellies with love and warm coffee with milk and lots of sugar. In the evenings, I would help my mother put my younger children to sleep by singing them soothing, sweet lullabies. Lullaby. I'll bet they sang different lullabies than what you guys heard. So she talked about some food that she likes to eat. They ate rice and beans and bananas. What are some foods that you guys like to eat? What is normal in your home? You know, depending on where you live, different foods are normal to be eating every day. So here she's sitting with her dad. My father worked long and hard on the railroad, but loved coming home to us each day. He would sit in the backyard and sing with us. He gave us the gift of his music and filled our hearts with hope. Sometimes when I would sing with my father, the neighbors would hear the sound of my voice and walk over to listen to my melodies. We may have been poor, but music cost nothing and brought joy to us all. So she talked about how they were poor, but they were still happy. And for them, what it means to be poor is that they didn't have a lot of money to buy whatever they wanted. But what she's saying is she didn't need that because they had love and they had music, and that made everything okay. So what do you think she's doing there? Looks like she's maybe singing. And we've got some ABCs and some numbers, 2 and 6. My papa wanted me to become a school teacher. Such an important job. At school, I learned and grew. I studied history and art, mathematics and science, and even music. I did well in school. I loved to sing. When I sang, my body would fill with the rhythms of Africa and mix with the Spanish sounds of my Cuban mother tongue. Finally, one of my favorite teachers took my 2 hands and said, "Go out into the world and sing, my child. You will be known across the land. Your voice is a gift from above and must ring sweet in the ears of our people." So her dad wanted her to be a teacher. I think her teacher heard something different in her voice though, huh? So you see, we've got farmlands, right? Chickens, there's cows. You see back here? That's a bus. That's what she's riding on. My cousin Nanita and I would travel far on the bus so I could have a chance to sing in competitions. Even though some people would not let me sing in their contests because of the color of my skin, I did not let this stop me from making my voice heard. I promised myself that I would keep singing and studying no matter what. That was probably really, really hard. Can you imagine somebody not letting you do something just because of your color of your skin? It's something that still happens, even today. And there were people who wouldn't let her sing because of that. You know what, though? She figured out how to overcome it, though. Shall we see what happens? Look, she's got a bag. It looks like she's getting ready to go somewhere. I was still a young woman when a revolution began in my country. Like many others, I left my Cuba forever. First, I traveled to Mexico. Then I traveled to the United States with my husband, the trumpeter Pedro Knight, and our musical group, Sonora Montecasera. So do you guys remember us talking about trumpets? We looked at some pictures once. Some of you might not have seen them, but they're a brass instrument. They're really, really cool. And her husband played the trumpet. And she traveled. She first went to a different country. She didn't come here to the United States first. She went to a country called Mexico. And she left her country because there was a revolution. And what that means is there was a lot of change that was happening in her country. Lots of things that were happening. And there were people who were fighting. And so she left to try to find a better place to be. Look, she's in a big city. I don't know if any of you kids know the Statue of Liberty, but that is in New York. New York. My new home, with lights and people, a blend of many cultures and traditions. From my window I saw the lights and heard the music, and I was the light and the music. Though I left my island and became a United States citizen, I carried my people in my heart. My songs were a gift to all of those Cubans who left their island and the children of the Americas. Boom, boom, boom went the congos. The sounds of the congos and the trumpets returned to me. So to become a citizen, it talked about like how she became a citizen of the United States. And that means that she was officially part of here. And you can change where you are from. And so basically it says that she is from the United States now. Miami, that's in a different state, in a different home. Miami, my home away from home. One day in a restaurant, a young waiter asked me if I wanted sugar in my coffee. Sugar? I said. How could he even ask? I am Cuban. Yes, with sugar. And when I sipped the milky sweetness, I was back in my mother's kitchen with my friends and my family. From that point on, when I walked on stage, I would simply say, sugar, and they would know exactly what I meant. Home and love and lots of kisses. The audience would bring their hands together and welcome me. Do you know what it means to bring your hands together? It means you clap. So when she would come out, people would clap to welcome her. So here we've got some pictures of instruments here. So we've got him playing a flute. We've got some drums. And this is a trombone. There's not any trumpet here though. I sang with my friends Tito and Johnny and Willie, and people loved our music. Together we brought a new music to the Americas, salsa, a music that blended rock with rumba, mambo with jazz. People loved to dance and swing to our music, shake, shake, shake with their hips as they laughed and danced. She's singing and she's got people who are watching. Teachers and presidents honored me, and all because my song sounded like the waves of the ocean hitting the roof of my mouth, like the streets of Havana, like my mother's kitchen, like my tummy full of beans and rice and bananas, like a cup of warm coffee with sugar. They named me the Queen of Salsa, and I wore that crown proudly. I crossed borders and broke boundaries because I was a survivor, and no one had ever stopped me from singing ever again. My records turned to gold and silver, and streets and stars were given my name. Boom, 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 beat the congas. Clap, 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 go the hands. Shake, 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 go the hips. Right? When we sing together, our words are like smiles flying across the sky. Come dance with me now, my friends, to the beat of the drums and the sound of the trumpets and the tropics. Even when I am gone, my music will live on. Sugar. And lots of people dancing. So that was kind of a long story. And in the back here, there is some information about Celia. And she was born in Cuba in 1924. That was a long time ago. And she did a lot of different things and did a lot of different movement. And you know, she was able to overcome a lot of struggles in life. She had people who judged her because of where she was from. And judged means they looked at her and they thought differently of her. And she was able to figure out how to overcome that. And she united people with music. And it's one of the reasons I love music so much. Because music has the ability to be able to connect us and to cross boundaries and borders and oceans and countries. And I really think that she was somebody who was able to make a lot of change in the world. And I think that we can still do that. So I know it was kind of long, but you guys can take an opportunity to maybe pause and see if you can find some of her music and listen to it and dance to it. We've been dancing in class to it. And see if you can move your body and see what it looks like to dance salsa and to sing. I hope you guys enjoyed the story and learned a little bit about different countries and different people and the way people live a little bit differently, right? I will see you guys another time. Bye-bye.